John had always been captivated by the rich agricultural landscapes that stretched across Africa, where the soil seemed to hold centuries of secrets. As a postgraduate student at a prominent African university, he was determined to uncover these secrets and contribute to agricultural research. Guided by his supervisor, Dr. Mbeki, John focused on the rise of organic farming, a sustainable practice promising to rejuvenate the soil and increase crop yields without harmful chemicals. Seeking empirical evidence, he discovered One-Way ANOVA, a powerful statistical tool to compare multiple groups and determine statistically significant differences between their means. Driven by curiosity and purpose, John meticulously designed an experiment to compare organic, synthetic, and mixed fertilizer approaches, ensuring identical growing conditions and sufficient sample sizes. Despite challenges like long field hours, unpredictable weather, and mastering statistical software, John remained undeterred. His analysis with SPSS revealed significant results, offering practical insights for farmers and contributing valuable knowledge to agricultural science. John's exploration of One-Way ANOVA was a journey of resilience and the relentless pursuit of knowledge, underscoring his belief in the transformative power of research. As a postgraduate student at a prominent African university, he was determined to contribute to the field of agricultural research. He wanted to make a difference, to give back to the community that had nurtured his passion for the land. The question was, how? He spent sleepless nights pondering this question, the weight of his ambition pressing heavily on his shoulders. After months of contemplation and discussion with his academic advisor, Dr. Mbeki, John decided to focus his research on the effects of different organic fertilizers on crop yield. The choice wasn't arbitrary. Organic farming was gaining traction as a sustainable alternative to chemical fertilizers, and John wanted to provide empirical evidence to support this shift. John's journey began with a comprehensive literature review. He spent countless hours in the library, poring over academic journals, books, and previous theses. The library became his second home, a sanctuary where he could lose himself in the vast ocean of knowledge. He discovered a wealth of information on various fertilization methods and their impacts on crop yield. However, the studies were often fragmented with inconsistent results and a lack of comprehensive statistical analysis. One method in particular caught his eyes: One-Way ANOVA, analysis of variance. He read how he could compare multiple groups to determine if there were any statistically significant differences between their means. It seems like a perfect tool for his research, where he needed to compare the yields of crop treated with different fertilizers. As John delved deeper into the statistical underpinnings of One-Way ANOVA, he realized its power and relevance to his study. He spent weeks learning about the assumptions of ANOVA, the interpretation of results, and analysis of post-hoc tests. The more he learned, the more confident he became in his ability to apply this method to his research. He could use it to analyze the impact of different fertilizers on crop yield, thereby providing a clear, data-driven answer to his research question. This statistical tool could not only help him compare the effectiveness of various fertilizers, but also add a level of rigor and credibility to his research. John felt a growing sense of excitement. He was on the verge of a significant discovery. John designed his experiment meticulously. He selected 3 different fertilization approaches: 1. Organic, 2. Synthetic, and 3. Mixed fertilizer, ensuring he had a sufficient sample size for each group. The crops were grown under identical conditions, and the yield was measured at the end of the growing season. Before conducting the One-Way ANOVA test, John performed a homogeneity of variances test to ensure the assumptions of ANOVA were met. The selection process for the fertilizers were intense. John consulted with local farmers, agricultural experts, and even traditional herbalists to understand the different types of organic fertilizers available. He chose the most promising one based on their nutrient content and accessibility to local farmers. For synthetic fertilizers, he selected the most commonly used commercial products. The mixed fertilizer approach was a blend of the two, aiming to combine the benefits of both. Organic fertilizers were at the core of John's research. He was particularly interested in how natural compost, manure, and other organic materials could enhance soil fertility and crop yield. He spent days visiting local farms, observing the preparation of compost piles, and learning the traditional method of organic fertilizer. The farmers' wisdom and experience fascinated him, and he felt a deep connection to the land and its caretakers. John studied various organic fertilizers and selected those that were most commonly used by local farmers. His goal was to provide them with reliable data on the effectiveness of these fertilizers, promoting sustainable agricultural practice that were environmentally friendly and cost-effective. He envisioned a future where organic farming could thrive, reducing the dependency on chemical input and preserving the health of the soil for generations to come. While organic fertilizers were his primary focus, John knew he couldn't ignore synthetic fertilizers. These chemical-based fertilizers have been widely used for decades due to their ability to deliver quick and significant improvements in crop yield. John wanted to compare their effectiveness against organic and mixed fertilizer approaches, providing a comprehensive analysis that farmers could use to make informed decisions. He spent time in the university's chemistry lab, analyzing the composition of various synthetic fertilizers. The stark contrasts between the organic and synthetic approaches intrigued him. On one hand, synthetic fertilizers offered immediate results, but at what costs? John pondered the long-term effect on soil health and the environment, and his determination to find a sustainable solution grew stronger. John also explored the potential benefits of combining organic and synthetic fertilizers. This mixed fertilizer approach aimed to leverage the strength of both types, potentially offering a balanced solution to enhanced soil fertility while minimizing environmental impact. He hypothesized that this approach could provide a middle ground, offering sustainable benefits without sacrificing yield. John's curiosity led him to experiment with different ratios of organic to synthetic fertilizers. He meticulously documented the preparation process, ensuring consistency across all experimental plots. The mixed fertilizer approach was a novel idea, and John was excited to see the results. He hoped this innovative solution could bridge the gap between traditional and modern farming practices. With his research question defined and fertilization approaches selected, John began setting up his experiment. He chose a plot of land within the university's agricultural research facility, ensuring that all plots received the same amount of sunlight, water, and other essential growth factors. The land was divided into equal sections, each designated for specific fertilization approach. He meticulously documented every detail, from the type of crops used to the specific application rates of each fertilizer. He ensured that the experimental design was robust and replicable, a testament to his commitment to significant scientific rigor. John felt a sense of accomplishment as he looked at the neatly arranged plots, each representing a step towards understanding the impact of different fertilization methods. As the growing season commenced, John visited his experimental plots daily. He recorded observations, measured growth rates, and documented any anomalies. The data collection process was rigorous and time-consuming, but John was committed to ensuring that his results would be accurate and reliable. He knew that the quality of his data would directly impact the validity of his findings. John found solace in his daily routine. The early morning visits to the field, the scent of fresh soil, and the sight of burgeoning crops filled him with a sense of purpose. He developed a deep connection with his experiment, treating each plot with care and precision. With the data collected, John turned to SPSS, a statistical software package he had become familiar with during his coursework. He imputed his data, ensuring that each entry was accurate. The software made the initial calculations easy, but John knew that interpreting the result requires a deeper understanding. He double-checked his data entries, ensuring that there were no errors or inconsistencies, as well as missing data. Before conducting the one-way ANOVA test, John performed a homogeneity of variances test to ensure the assumptions of ANOVA were met. This test was crucial to verify that the variances within each group were similar, a key requirement for the validity of ANOVA results. The test results indicated that the assumption was met, allowing John to proceed with confidence. John's attention to details paid off. The homogeneity of variances test results gave him the assurance he needed to move forward with the ANOVA analysis. He felt a surge of excitement and nervousness. This was a deep step in his research, and he knew the outcome would significantly impact his conclusions. He took a deep breath and proceeded with the ANOVA test. Running the one-way ANOVA test on SPSS was a pivotal moment. The output indicated significant differences between the groups, but which one? John eagerly awaited the results, knowing that they would review the effectiveness of each fertilization approach. This initial output was promising, showing clear differences in crop yields among the groups. John's heart raced as he analyzed the output. The numbers on the screen held the answers to his months of hard work. He carefully reviewed the results, making sure to interpret each value correctly. The significant differences indicated by the ANOVA test confirmed that the fertilization approaches had varied impacts on crop yield. John felt a mix of relief and anticipation. He was one step closer to unveiling the truth. To pinpoint these differences, John employed Tukey's honestly significant difference HSD test, a post-hoc analysis that would help him identify where the differences lay. These tests allowed him to compare each group against the other, determining which fertilization approaches significantly outperformed the rest. The results were both exciting and revealing. The post-hoc analysis provided detailed insights into the specific differences between the fertilization groups. He discovered that 2 of the organic fertilizers significantly increased crop yield compared to the synthetic and mixed fertilizer groups. This revelation was a breakthrough, providing concrete evidence to support organic farming practices. John's analysis revealed fascinating results. Not only did it provide evidence supporting the use of organic fertilizers, but it also highlighted which ones were most effective. His research offered concrete data that could guide farmers in selecting the best fertilization strategies. John felt a profound sense of achievement. His months of hard work, sleepless nights, and relentless dedication had paid off. He knew his findings would make a significant impact on agricultural practices, especially in regions where organic farming was becoming increasingly important. The realization that he was contributing valuable knowledge to his field filled him with pride and gratitude. In the end, John's research made significant contributions to the field of agricultural science. His findings provided concrete evidence for the effectiveness of certain organic fertilizers, helping farmers make informed decisions. He presented his results at academic conferences, receiving positive feedback from his peers and mentors. His work was recognized for its rigor and practical implications. The day John presented his findings was a milestone in his academic journey. He stood before an audience of esteemed researchers, professors, and fellow students, his heart pounding with a mix of nerves and excitement. As he spoke about his research, the challenges he faced, and the groundbreaking results, he saw nods of approval and interest in the crowd. The applause that followed his presentation was a validation of his hard work and dedication. John's work was published in a reputable journal, earning him recognition and respect in the academic community. His research not only enhanced the field of agricultural science, but also showcased the potential of organic farming practices. He received invitations to speak at international conferences and collaborate with other researchers on related projects. The publication of his research was a dream come true. John held the printed journal in his hands. The recognition he received opened new doors, allowing him to network with prominent scientists and explore further research opportunities. He felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that his work was making a difference and contributing to the global conversation on sustainable agriculture. John's research had a tangible impact on local farming communities. Farmers began adopting the recommended organic fertilizers, experiencing increased crop yields and improved soil health. John's findings were translated into practical guidelines and shared through agricultural extension programs. He took pride in knowing that his work was making a difference in the lives of farmers and promoting sustainable practices. John visited several farming communities to share his findings firsthand. He conducted workshops demonstrating the application of organic fertilizers and explaining the benefits observed in his research. The positive feedback from farmers who saw their yields improve and their soil regain vitality was immensely rewarding. John felt a deep connection to the community, knowing that his research was fostering positive change and supporting sustainable livelihood. John's exploration of One-Way ANOVA wasn't just a statistical journey, it was a testament to his perseverance and passion for agricultural research. He navigated the complexities of experimental design, data analysis, and unforeseen challenges to contribute valuable knowledge to his field. And in doing so, he had grown not just as a researcher, but as a resilient and resourceful individual. Looking back, John realized that his journey had been as much about personal growth as it was about scientific discovery. He had learned to adapt, overcome obstacles, and remain committed to his goals, qualities that would serve him well in his future endeavors. He felt a profound sense of gratitude for the support of his advisors, peers, and farming communities that had inspired him. With a heart full of hope and determination, John looked forward to the next chapter of his research journey, eager to continue making a positive impact on the world of agriculture.